So I've just come out for a really long walk. I'm just sitting at one of the local bowling places for bowls. There's a guy here playing bowls. I don't usually play this sport. I've only just started looking into it. I don't really know how to play. Maybe next time I come here I'll have a go and see what it's like. I can find someone to play with. It's a really nice day today. Got myself another drink as well at one of the local shops. I used to live in this area many years ago, and I've just had a walk down just to see if it's still a nice area, and it really is still a nice area. I used to always come out here and enjoy the sunshine, have a nice trip to the park and sit at the bowling place, and some really nice green areas around here, nice trees. But going back to the drink, I've just been to the shop. I've just managed to convince the shopkeeper to borrow me a drink, so I've got to pay him back later on. He's quite a nice guy actually. I've known him for at least about a couple of months. He helped me out last time. I paid him back with no problems. So he just helped me out with a drink till I'm next paid, and I've got to go back and then I've got to pay him. I'm going to leave it on this Thatcher's Vintage. I don't think I'm going to be carrying on with my YouTube videos. I might do, depending on how I feel. I'm having a really long think about it. I don't seem to be getting very far as far as my videos are going. I don't get many views or anything, but I might still continue doing it just for a laugh, just for a hobby. But anyway, going back to this, so Thatcher's Vintage William Thatcher Founders Cider. It's an 8.3 volume, so it's quite a strong drink, and it looks quite nice, the bottle. And it's got something written on the back of it as well. It's got Thatcher's Vintage 2025 cider. It's a family cider makers. It's William Thatcher began making Somerset cider at his family farm in 1904. Today, his craftsmanship has been poured into the unique character of Thatcher's Vintage. We've chosen the finest bittersweet apples from the pick of the year, matured for a fuller flavour. This is a timeless, medium dry cider, deep in flavour, yet light in colour. The richness of Thatcher's Vintage is rounded off with a satisfying, crisp sparkle. Best served chilled. I've only just pulled this out of the fridge. So I'm going to crack this open and see what it's all about. Hopefully I'm going to get pretty drunk as well off this. I'll have a look around. So just crack this open, see what it's like. Quite appley, quite sweet, very refreshing. Got a very nice taste for an apple cider. Turn around so I can show my face a bit. I'm a little bit tired today, trying to wake myself up with a few drinks. So it's not the worst tasting cider I've ever drank. Excuse me if I slurred my speech, I'm a little bit drunk as well. I've had a couple of pints in the pub before I got this. A very nice apple taste. I'm not so sure what the apples are. You know, there's different apples, like dessert apples, and I used to get these other apples. My favourites were green. I think they were called Golden Delicious or something. They were the cheapest apples on the shelf, but they were still pretty decent. Also these rose coloured apples, these reddish. rose apples that I really liked. I can't really describe what apple it is, but it's quite a nice one. It's really quenching my thirst. Excuse me. Take a look at the bottle top. So it's a family cider makers, which is really quite nice. It's not coming from like a big company or anything like that. They're keeping it within the family, which is quite a nice thing. It's got here, excuse me, since Somerset 1904. There's the picture of the apple on the bottle top, which is quite a nice little bit of a piece of artwork. So I'm going to keep that bottle top as a collector's item for memorabilia, because I must say this cider is quite decent as far as taste. And with it being 8.3, obviously you're getting quite a kick out of it. Anybody who's not tried this before, you probably get pretty drunk, quite a lot even, off a few bottles of this. So basically it's just an apple cider. I can't really explain. Excuse me, noisy one. Can't really explain what sort of apple it is, but it's a good one. As I said, I'm still keeping my hat and my hood on for lots of reasons. I've not grown my hair for 15 years. I usually buzz cut my hair short with clippers. I've left broken my clippers, and I've not groomed properly. I've not had a haircut. And obviously I don't really. I said on a previous video, I don't really want to show myself too much, my face even. But I'm not putting a mask on or anything. I'll just keep my hood and my hat up. And I'm just waiting to get some new clippers before I groom myself and everything else. They're not professional videos. I've already said that as well. It's just for a laugh, just me uploading videos for a hobby. I don't really do professional reviews or anything. It's just taking it as I'm going, or should I say, just making the most out of it and just just carrying on as I go along and just seeing if it's any good. But going back to this Thatcher's vintage cider, what a nice one. If only had some more money, I'd probably get another 10 bottles of this. Have a proper session on this. So I fancy getting really drunk today as well. Take a look at another excuse me. Take another look at the bottle. Really old school sort of. It looks like old-fashioned sort of artwork. It's not really it doesn't really look like a modern sort of drink, to be quite honest. Like even the guy on the front of it, even though he's got a suit and a moustache in his hair, he's there. He's got some cropped hair. For whatever reason, I'm getting an old-fashioned vibe from the actual art design on the bottle. But it does say 1904. That's when he first started making it. Back when the family first started brewing this, or should I say, it's not a beer. I don't know if you brew cider. I think you just leave it to ferment. Someone said how you make cider is you actually just leave the apples in the bottle to ferment, and then that's how you get cider. Even though I never really brewed apple cider. Maybe, hopefully, another day, I really might try it. I might try to brew my own cider and see how that works. But no, what a nice one! It's really, I wouldn't say it's one of the best I've tried, but it's definitely right up there. I've tried quite a few ciders. Compared to white cider, the cheaper white ciders that you get, like, I won't mention any names. You might not have heard of any, especially I put the video on my account. I don't really want to say much, but there's these really cheap white ciders that don't taste as good as this, and ain't as nice as this, even though it's a little bit cheaper. I used to drink that back when I was a teenager. Now I'm just enjoying, craft a little bit more. Back when I was a teenager, I'd only drink to get pissed off the last bit of change I had. Now I'm trying to get into that proper, high quality stuff. And this does look like a quality bottle. It's actually 4.2 UK units, which is actually, I'm right on my medical advice for responsible drinking, even though nobody, for the most part, if you're getting drunk, pays much attention to this. You drink as much as you can and get drunk, and that's it. So have a look at the bowling area. Watch this guy playing balls for a bit. Might be able to fit in another 4 minutes. Sitting on a bench. A right nice time. One of the nicest days I think I've had for quite a long time, actually. I think he's quitting. He's packing up. He ain't going to be playing anymore. Like I said, hopefully next time I'm here I might be able to have a game of balls with somebody. Enjoy the nice warm weather. But I'm going to carry on with this. Right, so that's it. I'm not going to be going on too much more. Ugh. Have to spark up a cigarette as well while I'm here. Got some Lambert cigarettes, even though these are not my favourite cigarettes. They're not the official Lamberts that first came out in the good packets. These are just the... You alright? Enjoy your game?
I won't.
Yeah, alright. So, remember Lamberts usually come in a much better packet. I'm on these not very good packet Lamberts anyway. What going to this today? Another. Just a bit of a cigarette to go with my drink of cider. It's a little bit more enjoyable. For some people it is anyway. I know some people don't smoke. They think it's a bad habit. I personally don't think it is. They're entitled to their opinions, everybody, as they say it's a bad thing to smoke. I didn't really think it was. When it first came out and I used to first start smoking, they used to come in some really nice cigarette packets. Now the packets have been ruined where I come from. But the cigarettes, tobacco still okay. Right, so I polish off this bottle of vintage cider and then I'm off trying to get some more cash. Hopefully I'm going back to the pub later on and having a look what other shops there are and maybe go and get myself another load of drink. It's nice. So that's that all gone. Till next time.